There was something else I just wanted to talk about. Maybe I should flesh this out and re-film it, but I look so good today. Restart. Hey guys, it's Fonts. Welcome back to the channel. I feel like you can't fully see my fit. Hold on, I gotta move you back. I dressed up for today's occasion. My camera's already telling me I've only got 2 bars. I've vlogged 5 minutes all week, but sure. Now I'm like ready. I'm accessorized, I'm cute. I'm wearing my Brooks Brothers blazer and like some like bougie stuff because we're gonna talk about the Gossip Girl reboot. I had this feeling inside me like, oh, I just really want to talk about this with someone. I'm not watching it with anybody, but although my sister mentioned she might want to watch it, so gave me more of a reason. And then there was like a little mini break. We're not gonna get a new episode until November. So now's the time. I have my list here. Basically, I just wanted to talk about like the reboot versus the original because I feel like so many people, like my sister, who aren't sure whether or not they want to watch it. I'm watching it and I'm kind of getting some opinions, but I'm just making note of differences. And I want to just talk about it. So there's probably going to be spoilers in here. If I can remember, I'll try to find some way to annotate them. That way, like, nobody gets like caught off guard, but like, there's spoilers. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And the fan is on. I mean, the AC is on because it's like 90 degrees and I just can't. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the whole general vibe of this reboot. It takes place years after the original, so it's an entirely new cast. Gossip Girl went away and now Gossip Girl is back. How does it affect this new group of elite kids? It's kind of more on the money with how I feel like Gen Z is now, the things that they care about, being very socially active and aware. How does that affect all of these affluent kids, right? Right. That's where we're at in this reboot. One of the things I noticed instantly was just the general vibe. You have a CW show that is now reformed to be more relevant, more up to date, I guess you could say, on HBO. So I don't know if you guys remember, if you watched the original, there was like this, the only way I can describe it is like there was this general air of condescension. Anybody being condescending to one another, it kind of took away from the drama within the show. And it kind of made it a little bit more lighthearted and funny, although they were talking about kind of heavy themes. It didn't always feel as heavy as it was. Yes, people are condescending in the reboot, but you don't have that. You have a generally more dramatic, I don't want to use the word heavy again. You have a generally a more dramatic feel to the reboot because it's on HBO Max. Or HBO. So if you're looking for like the like even like with the themes in between the, you know, like before when they switch scene to scene on like the original, it's a little bit more lighthearted. You don't get that on here. It's very clear what station or what entity you're watching the show on, if that makes sense. You can also notice this with how I believe I want to call it color grading and the general editing of it. On the CW, it's pretty light. I feel like I remember seeing a lot of more blue tones. They're still kind of blue, but they're a little bit more subdued. If I can find one on iMovie, I'll put it here. It feels like there's one of these filters on HBO Max. Hopefully you saw that if I can find it. Whereas then, in the original, you saw something similar to this. I hope I was able to do that in editing. I don't know. So you guys know, again, you don't see them in this clip. I've been rereading the Gossip Girl books. These are just like little things that I liked. So in the original books, the character Vanessa, I don't believe we have a show of this version of Vanessa, not like yet at least. But the character Vanessa in the books shaves her head bald. She has bald hair. So I kind of love that Julian has bald hair. And then also in the books, the character Chuck is a lot more open sexually. It's much more assumed, I should say, that the character Chuck is it, whereas versus in the original, it's just a little bit subtly implied. I believe his name is Matt. I believe the character Matt, I hope I'm right. I think I'm right though. Sorry, Katie, you gotta go. He's like, I love him. He's like openly, just like all over the place. I don't know, is he pan, is he bi? I don't know, but he just doesn't give a fuck, and I absolutely love it. And I feel like that's something that was kind of in the books, so that's something I wanted to know. In the group, you have Julian, I just mentioned Matt, you have Aki, I love Aki, you have Audrey, you have Luna, you have Monet. Oh, you also have Zoya, Julian's sister. In the original, we're used to seeing minions, and you know, like Blair has her minions, whatever. Should I do like a quick little breakdown of the show? I should do that. So this show, two sisters, half sisters, were separated. One lived obviously on the Upper East Side. She's like, her dad's super rich, whatever, that's to be expected. She has a group of friends. She's a blogger, right? She has a boyfriend. All of that's going on. She ends up connecting with her sister, which for some reason both the dads, because them around past, both the dads did not want. She found a way to get her sister into Constance. Her sister came from, I believe, Buffalo. Differences of how they lived. Right? Right. However, Julian, the girl with the shaved hair, they're also beautiful, by the way. Like, they're also stunning. Anyways, she is a blogger. She's a blogger. You love to see it. Her two friends that support her, I don't know if they're minions or if they're friends, right? Because they, like, take her social media like it's their full-time job. Even mentioned they're using this to help them get to, like, other big positions that they want to achieve. So, you know, you love to see it. But I don't know if they're minions or friends. And I say that because so far, I feel like their character stories have not been fleshed out at all. I can tell you about Aki and Audrey, who date. I can tell you what's going on with Audrey's mom and Aki's sexuality. I can tell you more about Matt's family dynamic. Even Obi, that's the other guy I forgot. He's like this season's Dan, if you want to call it that. I can even tell you about him. I can tell you about Zoya. I cannot tell you anything besides the little glimpse I get of Luna and Monet. And I don't like that because I feel like I want to know more about them. But right now, I just see them as minions. And for them to not ever use the word minion kind of annoys me. It does. It really does. So, this is something else that I really like. I love the little hints that we get to the original. This, I believe, might be a spoiler. It's not like big, but whatever. Georgina's son, I forget what his name is, but he makes a little appearance in it. They always reference the OGs. They reference Nate a lot. They reference Blair a little bit. I think somebody in some scene there was like a photo of Blair, I believe, on the wall, and I'm living for that. I absolutely love that. However, no, I'm gonna leave it at that. Don't worry, I have some criticisms, but I love that. Actually, I think those are all the things that I love so far. If I talk about it, I'll just put it in here. How am I doing on time? We're doing good. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the things that I kind of sort of don't get. At this point, there will be a lot more spoilers. You do what you want to do. I don't think I would ruin the episode or the plot for you because I'm also keeping in mind I want my sister to watch this because she said she would, and I don't want her to mess up with, because we're going to watch it together. I just need somebody to watch it with. Okay. So, the first thing. In this reboot, we know who Gossip Girl is. It's not Dan, okay? But we know who Gossip Girl is. Gossip Girl, this is a spoiler, it's one of the teachers. It's a blonde woman, right? I have a lot of opinions about her because I feel like she tries to do good, but doesn't. Like, she does what she wants to do, but then she just feels guilty about it, and I am a little bit tired. Is this a safe space? I'm a little bit tired of the white woman guilt just in general in life. I can't. I've been scorned by it a bit too much. So I see this girl, this actress, being Gossip Girl when you could have just used Kristen Bell. I feel like that would have been so much more iconic. I would have eaten that shit up. And maybe it's because the character, fuck, I forgot her name. Maybe it's because she's kind of like, I want to like her. And there are moments where I do, but sometimes she just pisses me off. But I don't know. I don't know. So that's number one. Number two, I'm kind of curious who this show is totally tailored for. Because I feel like there are some themes and like little things I've seen where I would imagine somebody who's younger than me, like a marketing person's idea of what Gen Z is, I would imagine they would not like a lot of these themes. Just a few so far. Yeah, if I say something, it kind of like fucks up the plot so far, and if you are going to watch this in the rewatch, I won't do that to you. Because this is like, you know, it's more of the plot, but like there are like little things I'm like, even I'm tired of it. There are things that have been regular themes, parts of plots and shows that I watch, like they made certain things that were not okay so normalized for my eyes, and like now everybody's more aware, like wait a minute, that's a little weird, that's a little fucked up. So I feel like they kind of have to tread lightly with certain themes. I don't know if I have any other notes. If I have another note, there will be a freeze frame and a quick little voiceover right here. But so far, those are just some of the things I want to talk about. I like it, but I don't love it. They did leave me on a heavy cliffhanger, and I don't know how to feel about that, but I am kind of more excited for when it starts up again. They're saying based off the Twitter like it's going to come in November. I have a feeling they're going to try and do like a Thanksgiving sort of thing, and I'd really rather they not. And I'll tell you why. If they do it, that's very much so a Blair Waldorf thing. I feel like we had such great Thanksgiving episodes in the original because that was Blair's favorite holiday, and that followed all throughout. I want them to use Christmas, use, I don't know, use another holiday. But I feel like they're trying to do certain things that are like so akin to the original, and it just kind of, I don't know if it can compare. I feel like that's a very tough act to follow. Fuck, there was something else I just wanted to talk about. Maybe I should flesh this out and refilm it, but I look so good today. Oh, here we go. I was going to talk about whether or not like I really truly like it. I have been watching this reboot as it's its own show. I feel like they do certain, I just remembered what I was going to say. Girl, baby girl, you got a lot of editing to do. I want to talk about quickly the costumes of the show. And I want to talk about social media with the show. I'll quickly say, because I mentioned before that I knew when the next episode was going to come out based off of the social media. I love that there's actual social media accounts for all of the main characters. I think that makes it kind of fun. I think that makes it very fun. There's character, and like, I feel like you get little hints based off the show with that. Now, am I following them? No. I barely want to use my social media enough as it is right now today. However, when I'm watching the show, if I see something and I'm like kind of curious, I go to it, and I think it's kind of cool. It kind of connects it all together. Then, costuming. I feel like this is one area in which it kind of lacks to the original. It's not that they're not dressed well. They all look amazing. I feel like we have little ideas on their personality, obviously through their clothes. However, I feel like I'm seeing them wear certain things. There's one scene where Julian has like a Louis Vuitton bag, and that doesn't give me like Gossip Girl vibes. You know what I mean? I think it was for like one of her social media posts, but I don't know. There's a creator that I follow on TikTok, and they briefly kind of discussed this as well, and they have such the most soothing voice. Oh my gosh, I love his videos. However, they mentioned how sometimes the costuming, it looks like there's like clear product placement, and I'm not a fan of that. And ever since I heard that, I'm like, I think that's kind of right. I do like the outfits, and I love how Zoya's styled. I feel like that really matches it. I just feel like there's something kind of missing. I feel like when you watch the original, every ounce of somebody's character is shown through their outfits in almost every single episode. And it even changes with them, right? Granted, it's the first 5 or 6 episodes, whatever, child. So we don't have that much to go based off of. But I feel like this new group, except for I can think of maybe Zoya, and I'll even say Monet and Obi. He doesn't really care. I feel like a lot of them, they just give me more trendy vibes. I don't know if I get that much personality out of their clothes, and I would like to see that. That all being said, I feel like you have to watch the show. These are my final thoughts. In my head, this is heavily inspired by the original Gossip Girl and its own reboot. To a certain extent, I kind of wish that they would have just kind of copy and pasted certain things and edited it a bit more to make it clear that they at least try to make it their own thing instead of Gossip Girl. That's the lens I've been watching it, and that's how I've been able to enjoy it. But outside of that, I don't know. I wish I put like a little crest or something on my little blazer though. I think I want to do another one of these after the end of like the first season. I don't know. I don't even know how this is going to do trial, but I needed to talk with someone about Gossip Girl, and I have been making my little Thursday night ritual with some wine or some champagne. Maybe I have dinner, maybe it's a cheese plate, and I've just been getting my life, and I watch it in here alone. It's so cozy, but I want to share the experience. If you're watching Gossip Girl, let me know. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Are you liking it? Are you never going to watch it? I know a lot of people are never going to watch it. And that's all I have. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry to be that annoying person, but I'm for sure going to ask that moving forward because I have a goal on my vision board and we're not there. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.